Alessandra from Italy, and today I will show you how the microphone works. Let's talk about microphone like as an instrument. The microphone is a transducer, so it converts an energy type into another energy type without changing the signal or change it the least possible. And what it does when it amplifies the sound, it actually takes the sound variations in the air, which are pressure variations, and will transform them into voltage variation into a wire. So we mainly have two types of microphone called dynamic and condenser, and I will show you this type I have here is a typical microphone to be used on stage, handheld like this. This is a Samsung Q8, and the other type would be the condenser. So this is dynamic. The condenser is this type of microphone. I don't have it here, but I have provided a kind of image so you have an idea. Well, the main difference is that this type of microphone is not very sensitive, and it will pick up the sound from one source, avoiding to amplify the sound from the speakers in front. So it's very useful in a loud environment, and it's very rugged, so it doesn't break so easily, and it's very directional. So it will not pick up the sound, the amplified sounds from the speakers on this side. The condenser one is mainly used in the studio setting, in a studio where you need to pick up sound from all around, and it's very sensitive. So on stage it would be less probable to use it. Now let's talk about a little bit also the power. So this type of microphone will not require any external power, but the condenser will require a phantom power, which is an extra 48 voltage. Sometimes it's written like 48 V to amplify, so it will need an extra help. Both microphones have polar patterns, which will change the frequency response of the microphone in itself. It means that they have a direction from where they will pick up the sound. So the area they will pick up the sound well will be their polar pattern. Here I have provided an image just to give an idea of the different ways a microphone can pick up the sound. So for instance, here we have a cardioid shape, meaning that the sound will be picked up a little bit like this on the top and not from the bottom. Then we have a super hypercardioid, so a little bit more like not just this, focusing on the source of the sound, but also a little bit from the room. Then we have a sort of figure 8 called like this because the microphone will be picking up from here, but also from here. And lastly, we have what we call an omnidirectional, which is picking up the sound from everywhere. And there are other types of details adding in. Every type of microphone will be directional. So we will have to really be careful on this aspect of amplification. When walking around, we're trying to fix the sound, because this will have an impact on the recording when we'll have to have a studio setting and we will want to record something. So this type of microphones are designed anyway for a human voice, for a speaker, an actor, a singer. But if you would need to record something in the nature or just amplifying instrument, then you will need some other types of microphones, and there are plenty of solutions. So about the microphone again. We have a microphone like this. In order to record something at home, like if you had a studio, you will have the air pressure variations going into the microphone, and then from here we said before that he will it will convert those variations into voltage variations, and actually these voltage variations will go into a wire. So here we have a cable, a special cable called XLR, which has 3 holes like here on the microphone, and then what we will do is to plug the XLR cable here and fix it on the bottom so it stays actually. Okay, now I have already amplified it, but I won't switch it on right now. Just to show you that this cable right now will go straight into what we call an audio interface. So the audio signal will be going into what I have here is a mixer. An audio interface is a collection of many different components and elements. I provided a very essential one, an image here just to give an idea, a simpler idea. What we will do is to connect the microphones with the XLR cable into the same plug on the audio interface. So here we have 2 main things happening. First of all, the microphone pre-amplification that raises the sound level into the standard operating level, and then the sound will be changed and transformed from analog sound into digital sound, which will be the code that the computer will recognize, which is actually a flow of ones and zeros, so binary series of number. Once in the audio interface, then you will need another cable to plug into the computer. So on the other side of the audio interface, you will probably need to take an RCA cable, which is this type of cable, and find the right plugs to plug it into the computer. So from the computer, you will have a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation, and from there you will be able to mix the sounds, to manipulate them, and to do anything you need to do to work on the sound. From the digital audio workstation, which is called also DAW, then the sound will go back into the audio interface, again with the cable, RCA cable, and it will be again transformed from digital to analog. From there, you will probably need what we call a jack, which is a quarter range cable, a TS cable like this, and the sound will go straight back into an output transducer, which will be a speaker. Like in this case, I have a speaker here. So this is the result. I don't really have a computer right now, but just to show the process and the pattern, here we have the amplification of the human voice into the microphone, which is a dynamic microphone. Okay, so now I'll switch it off, and I'm very happy I showed you a little bit how the microphone works. And remember, the audio frequency, the frequency can change according to the polar patterns, according to the position you're set in a room. So it's very important to just walk around and listen and try to adjust and fix the elements you're using. So this is very important. Some microphones will have also the options of the polar patterns, which is very nice. And there are plenty of other types of microphones as well, like the boom ones or the headphones with the microphones, the little ones put here, like the P's and R. So now it's really up to you to try to find the right one for you. But the best seems to be the condenser, which will be a larger diagram, so it will pick up very well the sound. Well, this one will be good on stage in a loud situation where you will need to isolate the voice from the speakers, not to create feedback. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope this was of help. See you next assignment.